All right, so let's look at 4.7 and let's look at some examples now. So in problems 9 through 14, we're just going to do 9 through 12 because 13 and 14 basically are just doing two more examples here. But once we understand the first one, which is D1, we can do the rest of them. And so we're going to assume we have ag and energy for A and E, and the technology matrix is given here, and our final demand matrices are here, here, and here, and those are in billions of dollars. So question 9 says, how much input from A and E are required to produce a dollar's worth of output for A? All right, well, if we're doing a dollar's output, so we have to input A of zero point 0.4 and B, we have, or E rather, we have to input zero point 0.2. And so what we would say is, we're going to say for 9, it's going to be 40 cents from A and 20 cents from E. Now, how much input from A and E are required to produce the dollars worth of output for E? Well, to get output E, we have to go 20 for A and 10 for E. So 10 is going to be 20 cents from A and 10 cents from E. Okay. Now, next one. Find I minus M and I minus M inverse. All right. So 11. Remember, I is just it's going to be 1, 0, 0, 1. And we're going to take that minus this to get I minus M. So we're going to take 1 minus the zero point 0.4. So that's going to be 0 0.6. 0 minus zero point 0.2 is a minus 0 0.2. 0 minus zero point 0.2 is a minus 0 0.2. And 1 minus zero point 0.1 is 0 0.9. And then we also have to find the inverse. So let's go now instead and do this in our calculator. So what I've done is I've plugged in A and B and C for the matrices. And so that's going to be our I, that's going to be our M. And so I'm going to take A minus B here. So I'll do a 1, which is A, minus our B, which is 2. And that gives me the same thing as I just had. Now I need to find the inverse of that, so I'm just going to say find the inverse. And so that's my inverse. All right. So that is going to be what we have for our part this. So then this gives I minus M inverse equals, and that again was 1.8, 0.4, and then that was a zero point 0.4 and a 1.2. And so that is the matrix I minus M inverse. Again, that's the I minus M here. Okay. And then 12 and 13 and 14, basically, we're going to take our I minus M inverse and multiply it by our D. And so doing that in our calculator, I have the I minus M inverse, and I'm going to take that times, and I'm going to bring up the C, which is 3, which is my matrix already plugged in. And so that's going to be a 12.4 and a 7.2. All right, so 12.4 and 7.2. So 12 point, oops, point 0.4 and 7.2. And that means the final demand is going to be this. And so that's going to be in billions of dollars. And so this is from ag, and this one is energy. Okay. And so that's how we would find it. Now, if we wanted to have this as our final demand or this as our final demand, we would just change our matrix in our calculator and then we put those in and then we could get out the final demand for those other two. But for now, that's all we're going to do. All right. So let's stop there and we'll come back for some more.